So you're going to be learning how to work with graphing equations in intercept form. Intercept form is a fancy way to talk about factored form. You guys have learned how to factor polynomials, so we're working with the factors in this. So you'll see the basic equation y equals a times x minus the first root, and then that's multiplied times x minus the second root. Now, how we're going to find zeros for a quadratic equation is 3 steps. The first step is to make sure that the quadratic equation is in factored form. The second step is that you're going to take each factor and set it equal to 0. And then finally, we're just going to solve the equation to find the zeros or the x-intercept. So let's look at the first example we have here. This is what you should be writing down in your notes right here. Y equals, parenthesis, x minus 5, close your parenthesis, times, parenthesis, x plus 1, close the parenthesis. So you're writing this example right here. You'll get a copy of the how-tos after you guys finish this video. So when we do the zeros of a quadratic equation, you want to take each of these pieces and essentially you're trying to figure out what x can be so that y equals 0. We actually did this when we worked with factors. So really what you're doing is you're putting y and you're setting it equal to 0. And now, if you'll remember, what we did from here was we split both of these off and set them equal to 0. So x minus 5 equals 0, and then x plus 1 equals 0. So we just take each of these factors, set them equal to 0, and now we're going to solve each equation. How do I solve for x? Well, we're going to add 5 to both sides. So the negative 5 and 5 would cancel, leave me with just x equals, and then 0 plus 5 equals 5. So one of the zeros I'm going to have is when x is 5, y is 0. Now we're going to do it again. We're going to solve this one. So what do we do to get x by itself? We subtract 1 from both sides. So the 1s here would cancel on this side, leaving me with just x equals 0 minus 1, which is negative 1. So the second 0 for this would be when x is negative 1, y is 0. See, these are the zeros. They're your x-intercepts. So this right here is your answer. And we can even put like a little and symbol to say it's both this one and this one. These are x-intercepts. They are zeros. They're the same thing. What I want you to do now is I want you all to try solving for the zeros for this equation right here. This video will end, and once everybody's had a chance to try solving these, you'll push play on the next video, and the first thing I'll start with is working out this solution. So at this point in time, go ahead, write down the equation, y equals, parenthesis, 2x plus 3, close the parenthesis, x minus 10, close the parenthesis. And now I want you to go ahead and solve example B.